Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, McKenna. In lieu of not having starting lineups, will you please rise, both sides, will you please rise? Let's acknowledge both teams, the Evart Wildcats, their athletes and their coaching staff, and the McBain Ramblers and their athletes and coaching staff, and also the officials for tonight's ball game. We thank you for your work and your service.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another broadcast of Rambler Review. I'm Kyle Culp.
I'm
here-
Tucker Varenveld, and we are excited for another chance to look at McBain varsity football. Game 1 against Lake City. McBain destroys them 30-0. It was a good starting opener for McBain, finally getting a win against Lake City after all of these years. Now let's see if we can do it again. Game 2 against the Evart Wildcats.
As we see, both teams are lined up and ready. Evart will be receiving in the first half as Tristan McElhenney will kick off for McBain.
Kick is up and good, and another game of McBain football underway.
Evart
23.
return is
Braden Cass
short.
with the return. First and 10 Evart on their own 29-yard line.
As we see the first possession of the game, it will go to Evart. We'll see what their offense has in store for this McBain defense, as last week McBain's defense was able to hold Lake City to very little, and we'll see if they have that again, as Evart will line up to take the snap.
Number 12, Danny Whitbeck, quarterback for the Wildcats.
He'll pass.
Throws up. Karsten Huinga almost with an interception. First play of the Wildcat drive. Almost intercepted. That was one thing that we saw against Lake City. Karsten Huinga coming up with 2 interceptions. One got called back because of flag. But came back with the second one. Made it complete. No flag.
As we see Evart line up for the second play of the game, 2nd and 10.
Whitbeck drops back, gets hit,
Ball's
fumble
loose.
on the floor.
Those are 2 big plays from this McBain defense, as on play 1, they forced an incomplete pass, could have been picked off, never know. And here on the second play, they forced the quarterback into a fumble, as we'll see McBain offense take the field.
Jesse Sycamore with the fumble recovery, bringing the Rambler offense onto the field. Deacon Dottie under the center, three running backs back, 2 McGillis's and a Rodenbaugh.
As Dottie will hand it off to Caden McGillis. He's
McGillis
in the
with
room.
McGillis brought down at the 10-yard line. by number 19,
Number 22, Kate
Bryant
McGillis,
Calderon.
As
inside the
we
25
saw
yard
last
line
week,
to
the
23.
McBain offensive line and running backs
13-yard line.
helped move them down the field and really made it hard for the offense to be denied. And we'll see if McBain wants to do that again with them in T formation. Once again, they'll hand it off to Rodenbaugh.
Rodenbaugh trying to get some yardage, gets maybe a yard or two.
Daniel Rodenbaugh, the ball carrier.
Yeah, last week, dominant run game from the Ramblers. Actually, both sides kind of started out with a dominant run game. Lake City getting kind of loose at the end, throwing a couple passes, but
63,
That was
Ransom.
much better from the Evart defense on that play, as McBain now has it 2nd and 8 inside Everett's 20, as they'll hand it off to Calvin McGillis.
McGillis running back inside.
It is close to a touchdown. He'll be called short
Number 6, Calvin
of the
McGillis,
end zone.
ball carrier.
They have him marked at the
Stop short of the goal line.
1 yard line.
He'll be spotted out about the
First
2.
First
It's
and
gonna be
goal.
first and goal for McBain at the
This is
2-yard line of
Calvin McGillis' first start at running back for this varsity
On
offense.
number 19,
Last week
Brian
it was
Calderon.
Austin Ealing. This week Calvin McGillis. Like to see that from McBain, switching up, trying to get some different looks, as we'll see what this McBain offense has. First and goal. He'll get it off to Calvin McGillis again.
McGillis getting inside this time. Touchdown, Ramblers! As they take an early 7-0 lead. Well, 6-0, I guess.
We'll wait to see
Mackle-
whether it'll be 7 based on McElhenney's kick.
McElhenney taking the field now as the kicking team gets set up.
That's good first drive by McBain on offense and defense. They forced the turnover on defense, capitalize on offense with the run game. Calvin McGillis and Caden McGillis moving it down as the kick is good.
Yeah.
Point is good. Kick through the upright
So far
side,
we've seen
number
from
5,
Evart
Preston
offense
McElhenney.
a dominant passing game. We don't know if they'll bring some runs. They only had got 2 plays in, which Ramblers, that's good, but
McBain Ramblers 7.
now the Ramblers have to go back on defense. You just gotta do the same thing. Get 2 plays, maybe even 1 play if you get lucky, and then go back, put your offense back on the field.
As we'll see if maybe this Evart coach, quarterback and coach maybe look to play a little more conservative, as on the first play they went deep and it almost cost them. We'll see if maybe they look to get a run game going or some short passes to move the ball downfield and get this offense really moving. As we see both teams take the field, as McBain will kick off to Evart after a touchdown and an extra point from McBain, making it 7-0. We'll see what this Evart offense has in store.
And with Tristan McElhenney on the field,
Prepare to kick off
it's
for
a good
McBain.
sign. It
First
can be a bad
five,
sign.
Tristan McElhenney.
Good sign, we've scored.
Back deep for
Bad
the
sign, we have to score a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Brian Calderon and number 23, Braden Cass.
Kick is deep. We'll see if Evart will return it. I believe he will return it.
Bounces at the 10, but Calderon gets it. Calderon on his feet, flags flying everywhere.
2 separate flags were thrown on the play. Maybe a hold or block in the back, but
For the Wildcats.
besides the flags, that was a good return from Evart.
Flags on
Calderon
the field.
falling down at the 35-yard line. Flags may back it up or push it forward, depending on where they spot the ball.
It will most likely be against Evart, as it is against Evart.
Okay.
Preliminary signal from the official that is a block of the back penalty against the Wildcats.
Block in the back against Evart. That is a real poor start to this second drive, as they were in a good spot with that kick return, but now they'll be marched back closer to their own end zone, and it'll be the field they have to drive is long. We'll see what this McBain defense has to say. Maybe they'll get a second turnover. Maybe Evart will drive and get a touchdown.
Yeah, hopefully with Evart being pinned up against their own end zone, maybe McBain can get something good out of it. Get a defensive stop and put the offense on the field with a short field play.
As Evart will hand it off. He's running left. Dragged down just behind the line of scrimmage.
Loss of about a yard on the play. It'll be second down and 11.
Be second down.
On the stop, number 34, Daniel Rodenbaugh.
Second and 11 for Evart after that first play. Evart will hand it off again. No, he is going nowhere as both the quarterback and the running back were hit as the handoff occurred, causing another loss, pushing Evart ever close to that end zone.
Yeah, McBain defense doing a good job at keeping Evart pinned up against their own end zone.
We'll see what Evart has on this third and long. He'll drop back to pass. He's throwing it deep. Pass is overthrown.
Incomplete. Carson Hunga kind of in that area, looking like he could have intercepted it if he was a little bit faster, but incomplete pass is also good for the Rambler defense. Now fourth down, still back pinned up against the end zone.
As you would have to believe that Evart will punt this, as if they did not get that, that would be very bad for them. But it appears they have their punter on the field. He'll look to drive it deep as Caden McGillis and Daniel Rodenbaugh are back to return for McBain.
14, Hayden Simmer with the punt.
It is away and to Caden McGillis as he will return left.
Stiff arm, still on his feet, still going. He got some room, gets knocked out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
That's a good return from Caden McGillis, as we are seeing him doing both returning the ball and running it from the backfield, as this McBain offense will take the field. First and 10 on Everett's side of the field, hoping to maybe put up another touchdown or field goal to extend this early lead.
And starting with great field position. Being inside not Lake City, that was last week, but being inside Evart territory, that's a great start to get maybe another touchdown and hopefully at least a field goal.
As we see McBain line up with two backs in the backfield, they'll pitch it out to Daniel Rodenbaugh, one blocker in front. He's in room. He is tackled down close to the first down marker. That is a big run for McBain and something we really haven't seen. A two-back set, a blocker out right, and looking to get into space with those fast and strong running backs, and it worked, as it'll be second and 1 for McBain. Moving closer to Everett's touchdown as they'll move back to the three backs T formation. And Dottie will hand it off. That's Caden McGillis. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, it appears. No gain. That is big stop from Everett's defense, as on that first play, they didn't do the best at containing them. That play, they made up for it, and they stopped Caden McGillis before he even got anywhere.
Well, and I can't imagine after that first touchdown that the Everett coach didn't give his team a bit of a talk about how they need to contain McBain a little bit more.
As we see Dottie under center, he'll hand it off to Rodenbaugh.
Rodenbaugh still on his feet, gets brought down at the 12-yard line.
That is good vision from Daniel Rodenbaugh, as the line was pushed back heavily from Evart, but he was able to see it, read where the hole is, and he made a cut to his left and made a positive play, and then now it's first and 10 for McBain instead of a fourth and not very much. As we'll see McBain line up. Dottie will hand it off to Kelvin McGillis. He'll try and get it out wide. He is not going anywhere, as Evart has him stopped. He is stopped behind the line. Second and 11.
Second down and 11 for McBain. On the stop, number 2, Pierce Johnson, along with number 63, Reese Ransom. Second down and 11 for McBain.
This McBain offensive line really been doing wonders as with this week and last week. That play, not so much. They got pushed back. We'll see if that offensive line has something to say about it and if they'll push back.
Dottie under center. Goes to Daniel Rodenbaugh. McGillis as a blocker. Dan tries to turn the corner. It's knocked out about the
Daniel Rodenbaugh, the ball carrier.
8-yard line.
Put out of bounds at about the 10-yard line.
That's a good run from McBain, getting back in good field position as it's 3rd and 7. Maybe we'll look to see if McBain will do a pitch to the opposite side, maybe spread it out a little bit. We'll see if Evart can stop McBain and put them to 4th down, forcing a field goal attempt. As Dottie will hand it off to Kelvin McGillis. He's got space.
Turning corners, gets to about the 2-yard line.
Kelvin McGillis, the ball carrier, inside the 5. Looks like the ball's going to be spotted on about the 3.
Kelvin McGillis on the run.
First,
He was tiptoeing past defenders as he got almost to that touchdown. It is 1st and goal inside Everett's 5.
And it doesn't matter where you end up as long as you get the first down.
As Kelvin McGillis will get into the end zone. Touchdown, McBain.
That's a great start for McBain once again this week. Going up 13-0 as kicking crew comes on the field. Hopefully we can get another kick up and good and go up 14-0.
We'll see if McElhenney's kick will be good.
Kick is
wide.
No good.
The point is no good.
The kick is no good, but that is still positives you take from that drive, which would be the 6 points, as we see McBain's really 3-headed monster attack with Caden McGillis, Kelvin McGillis, and Daniel Rodenbaugh in that big offensive line, really doing wonders for this offense, as we'll see both teams take the field to see what Everett's got if they can get on the board in this first quarter.
Yeah, but getting points on the board early, now, not all the time, it can mean you can kind of relax in a little bit in the second half. You don't want to relax too much because things can come back and bite you. But getting an early lead really helps your offense, and both offense and defense in the second half. Got a little bit of room to run.
Let's see what this kick will entail as the McBain team takes the field. McElhenney will be kicking off.
Prepare to kick off for McBain, number 5, Tristan McElhenney. Back deep for the Wildcats, number 19, Brian Calderon. Along with number 2, Pierce Johnson, and number 23, Brayton Cass.
Tristan McElhenney kicking for the 3rd time. Kick is pretty good.
As Evart will return it, there is some space. He's going left, 1 man back. It is the kicker, and he tackles him. No going anywhere, trying to get away from Tristan McElhenney as he kicks it and prevents the touchdown. That is big from Evart, though. That was a good return. There was no space, and that returner made what wasn't there, as he was able to skip past some defenders and get down the field.
And that's something you can see. McElhenney's not only a kicker, but he is a football player. He can hit hard and clearly bring people to the ground. As Evart 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Quarterback will keep it himself, running right. Sorry, he gets past 3 defenders.
Fumble on the field. McBain recovers it.
The ball carrier, number 12, the quarterback, Danny Whitbeck. He was down at the 25-yard line of McBain. That's the first down for the Wildcats.
It is ruled down. There is no fumble on the play. Evart keeps the ball. That is big from Evart, as that would have had McBain going the other way, as we'll see Whitback take another snap. He will look to pitch it. He will get it out wide.
A convoy of Ramblers chase down number 32, Cole Hopkins. McBain wasn't going to have another big run from the Wildcats.
This Evart offense really has something you don't often see. A lot of read options, pitches, a lot of stuff that can catch the defense off guard, and that is what we saw there, as quarterback takes it out right, pitches it out to his running back, and is able to get yards, as Whitbeck will take another snap, 2nd and short.
Whitbeck hands it off to 19. Bryant Calderon can't get past the first down marker.
Although he didn't get very far, it could have been much worse, as the heat-seeking missile Matt Utek launched off that defensive line and got in the backfield, nearly getting that running back down, but Evart luckily able to skip away and get back closer to that line of scrimmage, putting them still in a good position to get the first down.
And if you can't tackle him, slow him down so that your teammates can.
As we see Whitback, he will snap it.
Goes to 32, Cole Hopkins. No, keeps it himself.
That was a read option, as the quarterback has a choice, hand it off or keep it. And once again, Matt Utek, he launched off that line and got to that running back before he even saw the ball. There was no chance for Evart to get away from those defenders, as we'll see what they plan on doing on about 4th and 7.
Matt Utek, senior this year, trying to do all he can to help his team get a win.
As Evart will call timeout.
Timeout on the field. Evert's timeout.
Matt Utek, someone who in the past years hasn't always got the most time, but in his senior year he's really making do with what the time he has, and he is helping this defense out by making that running back and the quarterback scramble where they don't want to be, in forcing stops for this defense.
And he's not a very tall guy like most guys in McBain, but size doesn't matter. It's how much effort you put in to the stuff that you do.
As we see Evart take a timeout, maybe didn't like the play that they had called against the defense, going for it on 4th and 7, looking to get their first point of the game, as it is currently 13 McBain 0 Evart. They're still in this 100%. 13 points is not a lot. That is 2 points and 2 extra points, and you're in the lead. That's really not much. You can turn the tide so quickly in football, and we'll look to see if Evart does that on this drive.
King-size candy bars, water, pop, Rambler logo mask, and Gator.
Both teams now back on the field. Whitbeck.
We'll see what Evart has on 4th down, as Whitbeck will send a man in motion. He will get set on the left side. Whitbeck will appear to go on 2, as he'll drop back to pass. Pass is out left. It is complete, and that is a first down for Evart. Once again, though, Utek got off the line, forcing a pass maybe early. Quarterback Whitbeck still able to make a good pass to his receiver, who is able to move the chains. 1st and 10 for Evart inside McBain's 20-yard line.
Pass completed by Hayden Simmer for the Wildcats. Whitbeck, drop backs, pass, throws.
Incomplete.
Pass intended for Braden Cass. Brock Maloney almost had the interception right off the tips of his fingers. Second Second down for the Wildcats.
That was a big chance for McBain to capitalize, and they did not take it, as Evart has another chance. 2nd and 10 inside this 20-yard line. He will send a man in motion. He flagged. Maybe an Evart lineman jumped. It is illegal procedure against Evart. That will push them back. That's a big mistake from Evart, as they were 2nd and 10, and now they'll be back 2nd and 15, which really hurts your offense, as you are within scoring range with 2-3 good plays, as we'll see what Evart has in store, as Whitback will drop back to pass. He'll throw it out wide. Pass is complete to number 2. He'll be brought down shortly after catching by Dan Rodenbaugh. That is Pierce Johnson on the reception for Evart. Good play from Evart, though, as they were back 2nd and long, able to get back within scoring range at 3rd and 7. We'll see what they have in store here. Maybe look to catch this McBain defense lacking.
Yeah, McBain's got to step it up a little bit. Evart attacking. Whitback takes it himself.
He's
running
right. He's got room.
Through the hole.
Touchdown, Evart.
Touchdown, Wildcats. Running by the quarterback, number 12, Danny Whitback.
That was a good and huge play from Evart, as quarterback is able to roll right, get through a defender or two, and get in. That was not an easy play to make, but he made it, and we'll see if Evart will kick it through the uprights to make it 13-7.
Number 63, Reese Ransom, for the kick.
Kick is no good.
Extra point attempt is no good. So 3 minutes, 3 seconds left.
That is a good drive for McBain. Evart, my bad, sorry. That was a good drive from Evart, as they weren't quite able to capitalize with the extra point, but 6 points is still huge in getting close to the end of the first quarter, as we'll see if Evart has maybe looked to get a turnover on defense and get back rolling and maybe tie this game up at going into the second quarter.
3:09 left in this opening quarter. 13-6. McBain set up to receive as Evart gets on the field. Kicking for Evart, number 63, Reese Ransom. Back to receive for McBain is the tag team of Caden McGillis and Dan Rodenbaugh.
Number 63, Reese Ransom. Back deep for the Ramblers, number 22, Caden McGillis, along with number 34, Daniel Rodenbaugh.
Kick is up. Returned by Austin Ealing, number 7.
Ball carrier for the Ramblers, number 7, Austin Ealing.
Brought down at the 43-yard line.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 38-yard line.
Oh, 38-yard line. First and 10,
number 4,
McBain.
Antonio Larry on the stop for Wildcats.
McBain has the ball, 1st and 10. A little discussion there from Rodenbaugh and Dottie. McBain sticking with this T formation, looking to run it as they get it to Caden McGillis.
McGillis finding some holes, dragging people with him as he gets a little bit of yardage, brought down at the 45-yard line.
It's a good run from Caden McGillis, carrying people along with him, as it took maybe 4 or 5 Wildcats to bring him down, as McBain will be 2nd and 4 on this drive. Evart looking to make a stop here on defense, looking to get this ball back, as McBain will give it to Rodenbaugh, who's in space but dragged down by number 12, Danny Whitbeck, the quarterback for Evart, making big plays on both ends of the field.
First down, Revler marked down the 43-yard line of Evart.
As without that tackle, Rodenbaugh walks into the end zone. But Whitbeck was there, able to make the tackle, as McBain was able to get the first down. It'll be 1st and 10. They'll hand it off to Rodenbaugh again. He is able to get yards, but not too many, as Evart was there to contain. McBain using these quick little handoffs to get inside and get through this line, which this Evart line has held up on this drive, which is surprising, as this McBain offensive line, last week they did wonders pushing Lake City around, as Kelvin McGillis will run it here.
Number 6, Kelvin McGillis, the ball carrier, inside the 35-yard line.
Tackle made by Donovan Belowski.
3rd
3rd and 1, McBain in Evart territory.
21, Donovan Belowski.
As we see, if McBain can convert on this 3rd down, it's 3rd and short. They'll get it to Rodenbaugh again. It will be 1st down for McBain.
30-yard line. First down,
On this drive, McBain is not moving it the fastest. They're not moving it the farthest, but they are keeping these chains moving, and they are running the clock out of this first quarter. Maybe looking to put up another score before we move into the second quarter, but we'll have to see.
The only goal is to get 10 yards, right? So, I mean, moving the chains every time, that should be your goal. Your secondary goal, as your primary goal would be getting into the end zone.
They'll pitch it out to Rodenbaugh. McGillis has got 2 defenders he's blocking. Rodenbaugh gets pushed out of bounds, able to get good yards. This McBain offense is coming with things we really haven't seen from them in the past. Really sending people in motion, using running backs to block and distract these defensive players, and it's working, as McBain's moving right along down the field.
Yeah, 2nd and short for McBain.
As we see Austin Ealing check in.
Dottie goes straight to Ealing. Ealing finding holes. Gets brought down by number 12, Danny Whitbeck.
That is Ealing's first play of the game, and it's a big one. He bursted with speed right past the defenders and almost made it to the end zone. Evart able to stop him before he got there, as McBain will have it 1st and goal inside Everett's 5, as he'll give it to Ealing again. Not going very far this time, as Evart was ready for him. Maybe a yard or 2 on the play for McBain. Still 2nd and goal.
For the Revelers at the 2-yard line of Evart. 63, Reese Ransom,
Only
number 32, Cole
7 seconds left to go, as McBain will just walk off the field to end the first quarter.
And that's a great start for McBain. Little good, little bad. 13-6. McBain ahead.
That is a good start from both teams, really, as we saw McBain able to move the ball down the field. But Evart, in the end of that first quarter, able to come back, put 6 points on the board, and maybe we'll see if they look to do that again in the second quarter.
Well, McBain getting the ball all the way down to the 2-yard line. I can't imagine them getting a quick score to start off the second quarter. It'll be good. And we will see you at that time.
And we are back for this second quarter as McBain already on the field. We see Evart, they are running to get set as McBain very close to scoring. Second and goal inside the 5. They'll look to put 6 points up very quickly.
As play resumes, the Ramblers have the ball on the 2-yard line of Evart. Second and goal from the 2.
We see Kelvin McGillis check back in for Austin Ealing. Ealing putting in a good amount of work there as Dottie will hand it off to Caden McGillis, and he's in, diving over a defender. That is touchdown McBain. Score 19-6.
What did I say? Quick in the second quarter, being down at the 2-yard line, you're gonna get a quick score. Let's get the kicking team on the field, get a quick extra point, and let's get this second quarter rolling.
As we'll see if McElhenney can put this ball through the uprights. And he does. The kick is good. That is really nice from McElhenney, as kickers, something you rarely see nowadays, especially ones who can save the team from allowing a touchdown on the kickoff, which something in high demand really, as we see McBain taking an early lead in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's a great comeback from McElhaney as he missed his other kick. Coming back, making the next one.
So we see both teams prepare for the kickoff. Evart looking to continue the little run they were on to end the first quarter on offense. We'll look to see if they have that again, or if this McBain defense has something to say about that.
Well, Evart starting to get lined up to return as McBain's still in their huddle.
Preparing to kick off for McBain. Number 5, Tristan McElhenney.
McBain lining up. McElhenney will kick. This is, I believe, his first year of football, as he previously played soccer. But it's been a big first year so far, making some good kicks in week 1. Week 2, he seems to be continuing that hot run of form, as he is about to kick off. And the kick is away. It is a shorter one. The catch is bobbled by the Evart. He will run left and get pushed out of bounds.
Kickoff was taken by number 2, Pierce Johnson.
The kick was on the shorter side, but it skimmed through an Evart player's hands. Evart able to maintain possession, but not get very far down the field, as they'll take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Both teams appear to be ready for this drive.
Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. First and 10, Evart.
Whip back at quarterback. He will drop back to pass, and he'll throw it quick out right. He'll be dragged down, though, by Dan Rodenbaugh. It is a good 5-yard play for Evart to start off this drive. Looking to move down the field and utilize their quarterback. His skills that he has, he's able to get the snap and get it out of his hands very quickly and accurately, which is helping this Evart offense move down the field without really needing a run game.
And that just shows two types of play for two different teams. You got a pass dominant and a run dominant.
So whip back. Will pitch it out right, skimming past the defender as 32 Cole Hopkins will be hit out of bounds by McBain. The chains will be moving, though. That is first down for
That's the
Evart.
first down for the Wildcats right at midfield.
McBain were able to get in that backfield quickly, but Whitback able to read the blitz, get it, pitch it quickly out right to his running back, and he is able to make a play with it. As Whitback will send a man in motion, he will hand it off to him. He is running left. He will be brought down by number 17 for
Landon
McBain.
Ealing. He's a
the
junior.
45-yard line, gain of 5.
Bryant Calderon with the carry.
On the stop, number 17, Landon Ealing for McBain.
Whitback prepared to take the snap. He will go on to send a man in motion. He'll drop back to pass. Getting out quickly. Ball is dropped by number 19.
Bryant Calderon. Ball intended.
Pass
Kind of
intended
had
for
to
number
stretch out a
19,
little
Brad
bit to
Calderon.
try and catch that ball, but it was just outside of his hands.
That is still a good throw by Whitback. Not quite able to get it right where his receiver wanted it, but that's still very promising for Evart, as they are showing they can get the ball quick out of their quarterback's hands quickly into the receiver. Not quite able to hang on that time. We'll see what they have here on 3rd and 5.
Whitback takes it himself. Gets brought down by Landon Ealing, number 17. And that will bring up 4th down for the Evart Wildcats.
8 for the Wildcats. On the stop, number 17, Landon Ealing.
That is something that we haven't quite seen on this drive for McBain. They are able to get quickly to Everett's ball carrier and get him down, as Evart will be 4th and about 9.
Evart keeping their offense on the field, not going to the punting team.
Evart has shown they can pass it though, and it appears they'll do that once again. Whitback will drop back to pass. He's going deep. It is
incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Both Ronenbaugh and Brock Maloney
Preparing to make a first down. The ball goes
in
over
the
to
area,
First and 10 on their own
kind of
48-yard
watching.
line.
that pass was intended for number 23, Braden Cass, but incomplete. Good defense by that secondary of McBain, as we'll see McBain take over 1st and 10 after holding Evart.
Yeah, putting the offense on the field now. Now we've got a chance to drive. Get those wheels rolling. Get the engine running.
As we see McBain, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they will stick with this T formation. There's 3 running backs, quarterback under center. It worked last week. It has worked this week so far. I can't imagine they would change from it, as there's a timeout.
Timeout on the field. McBain's timeout.
You see, I've never understood that phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, what would there be to fix if it wasn't
Get a
broke?
reminder to the senior class
I don't know.
refreshments
I
in
don't
the
make
concession
sayings. I just
stand.
say them.
They have
I can tell. Timeout, McBain.
Water pop.
As we will take a timeout, we will see you on the other side.
And Gators. First and 10 for the Ramblers.
Rambler offense on the field. Dottie under center. 3 running backs behind. 2 McGillises and a Ronenbaugh. Hands off to Ronenbaugh. Ronenbaugh trying to find some holes. Gets brought down by a crew of Wildcats.
Number 34, Daniel Rodenball, the ball carrier. Gain of 5 yards on the play. Second down and 5. On the stop, number 32, Cole Hopkins.
Indeed, we will see McBain's offense on the field, 2nd and about 5. Dottie under center.
3 running backs back.
Looking to
Goes
hand it off.
to McGillis.
He is in space. He's got 2 blockers in front of him.
Younger brother Calvin going the distance. Touchdown, Ramblers!
Touchdown, Ramblers.
That was a big play from McBain, as it looked like they pushed a bunch of tires down the field and they didn't stop. It'll be another 6 points for McBain as Calvin McGillis on the long run. Everett's defense not able to slow them down, as we'll see if McElhaney can put the ball through the uprights.
Once you put the gas pedal to the floor, you can't let up. You got to keep going, fighting through any problems that you might have along the long road trip.
That was a fast start from McBain coming out of the timeout, as McElhaney's kick is good.
Up and through.
Extra point is good. Kicked through by number 5, Tristan McElhaney. Out of the hold of number 22.
A pack of Wildcats coming near the ball, close to blocking it, but it doesn't matter to McElhaney because he can get it up and through the goalpost.
As we see the score, 27 McBain, 6 Evart. McBain really, their offense has really been rolling this game. Evart not quite able to slow them down, but we'll see if Evart on the other side offense, if they can themselves get running, get down the field, put some points on the board, and maybe stop this McBain offense from the run they're currently on.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, with this at the speed that we're going, we might not have to change the tires on this Rambler offense. As Evart comes out on the field to receive, McBain still in huddle with Coach Maloney giving his team a talk. Team now coming out on the field.
As we'll see if Evart maybe looks to sink their teeth into this drive, as McElhaney will line up to kick. McElhaney teeing up the football. He takes his steps back with his nice neon cleats. He is ready to kick.
Yes, because everything these days is about the shoes.
The kick is away. Evart bobbles the ball. It is loose. It appears Evart did maintain possession. McBain out.
Ball. Evart
Great
muffed
cover by
the
McBain.
kick return. McBain coming up with it. First and 10 Ramblers inside
Loose ball is covered by number 51,
Evart territory.
Derek
That's a great play by McBain.
That is Derek Camphouse on the recovery. There was a struggle for the ball. He came out with it, and we'll see if this McBain offense looks to put points right back up on the board after scoring on the previous drive.
Well, it looks like we're taking another trip down offense lane.
As we'll see, Rodenbaugh with the run.
Trying to find the hole. Gets
Number
gets a little bit of
34,
yardage.
the ball carrier. Gain of about 5 yards out of play. Second down and 5
As we
for
see,
the Ramblers.
Austin Ealing checked back in the game.
For Evart, number
McBain
32,
looking
Cole
to use
Hopkins.
his quickness to catch Evart off guard and to drive the extra 22 yards they have left in Everett's side of the field.
Second and 5. McBain. Dottie goes to Ealing. Ealing trying to find a hole. Gets wrapped up in a pack of Wildcats.
Number 7, Austin Ely, the ball carrier.
Brought down
That's the ball to about the 15-yard line.
at the
First
15-yard
down,
line.
Ramblers.
First down Ramblers. Something we like
On
to
that
see.
stop, number 63, Reese Ransom.
Is first and 10 for McBain. They are moving and getting so close to this end zone. You have to believe that without ever making a big play here, McBain will get another touchdown. As the ball is handed off.
Rodenbaugh trying to get
Daniel
in,
Rodenbaugh, the ball
trying to go
carrier,
through
up the
the
middle.
inside. Gets a little bit of
Looks like a
yardage
gain
on the
of,
play.
3 yards. It'll be second down and 7.
Second and 7 on the 12.
Evart looking to make a stop, which will at this point is vital if they want to get close to McBain's score, as Dottie will hand it off to Caden McGillis. He is wrapped up in the backfield.
Number 22, Caden McGillis, the ball carrier.
Loss of 2.
Loss of a yard on the play.
Loss of third and
It's third down and 8.
3rd and 8 on the
On the stop,
13.
number 19, Brian Calderon.
Everett's defense really not giving up here. They are pushing back hard, getting McBain almost back to 10 yards from the
Timeout on the
chains,
field.
as McBain will take a
timeout.
timeout.
McBain being in the red zone. Scoring opportunity for the Ramblers as Coach Maloney takes a quick timeout, and so will we.
Both teams back on the field. Dottie will keep it himself. He drops back to pass. It is deep. That is Brock Maloney on the touchdown reception.
Touchdown, Revelers.
Caught Evart off guard with the pass out of that 3-back formation. And that is Brock Maloney, someone who we really haven't seen on offense this year. But when he's there, he's made it count with a big touchdown reception in a beautiful pass from Deacon Dottie.
Who knows, with this type of gas, we may never need to go to the gas station to fill up.
As McElhaney's kick is blocked.
Extra point
Blocked
attempt,
by
no good.
32.
So it's 6 minutes,
Cole
24
Hopkins.
seconds left in the first half. The McBain Revelers 33 and the Evart Wildcats 6.
This has been a good first half from McBain with still 6 minutes, 24 seconds left to go. Evart needing to get moving here, as they've kind of been stuck in a rut, not really been able to go anywhere, as McBain offense and defense have really controlled the tempo of this game.
Both teams in a huddle.
Thank you, Tucker. That was good information to have.
Powerful words from Tucker Vanderveld.
As we see Evart break their huddle, Maloney still talking to his players, maybe looking to get another recovery, as we'll see if Evart can hold on to the ball here and get their offense back on the field, as it has been a few minutes since we have seen them. We'll look to see if they can put some points up.
Kicking team for the Ramblers coming on the field as McElhaney starting it, I guess.
McElhaney will take his steps back, ready to boot it down the field. Evart ready to return it, ready to maybe get a kick return here. As the kick is away.
Low kick received by Pierce Johnson.
He is
still on his feet, gets
Kickoff was taken by number 2.
brought down by
Pierce
a tag
Johnson.
team of Karsten
Broke
Huttinga
that ball
and
back.
Landon Ealing.
To about the
that may have not been the biggest return from
just outside the
Pierce
35-yard line.
Johnson.
First and 10, Evart in their own territory.
That return by Evart got a decent amount of yards, and he was able to find the space where there really wasn't any, and get it farther than it appeared he would have if he would have just ran straight.
6:16 left in the first half. Whipback drops back to pass.
He is
Still
dropping
going
deep.
backwards.
Dumps it, and McBain has picked it off. That is Derek Camphouse.
Derek Camphouse on the.
He is still going.
Derek Camphouse, someone who's on the line of scrimmage. Not something you see every day. With a lineman with an interception, does come around every often, but
that is good reaction time from Derek Camphouse as the quarterback Whipback. He looked to just dump it off to his running back as he was heavily pressured, but Camphouse said no as he picked it right out of the air and ran as far as he could get. As Dottie will give it to Rodenbaugh. He's got room. He will get close to the goal line, but not quite make it. It will be second and goal.
Daniel Rodenbaugh, the ball carrier.
Second and goal.
2-yard line.
Brought at the 2-yard line.
It's going to be second and
Ramblers
goal.
quickly setting up again. Dottie under center. Three backs back.
He'll hand it
Goes
off.
to Rodenbaugh once again, trying to push through. Cannot get anywhere.
Rodenbaugh, the ball carrier, stopped short of the goal line.
Gets brought to the 1-yard line.
On the 1.
Everett did a good
It's
job
third
there
goal
of
from the 1-yard
stacking
line.
players in the box, not letting McBain
The
run it
initial
up
hit
the
on that
middle.
stop by number 32, Cole Hopkins, for Evert.
McBain will have the ball third in goal, well, maybe around the 1-yard line. Dottie.
Rodenbaugh getting inside the end zone. Touchdown, Ramblers!
Touchdown, Ramblers, running by the number 34, Daniel Rodenbaugh.
That's a big play from McBain and McBain offense and defense, as today McBain's defense has been the best offense as they have taken the ball away multiple times and gotten the offense back on the field, as we'll see McElhaney line up to kick for McBain. The kick is
up and good.
Extra point is good.
Another good comeback by McElhaney, as last time
Out of the hold of number 22, Caden McGillis, on a long snap by Kelvin McGillis.
as both teams will go to huddle. Evert just looking to do something here, getting towards halfway through this second quarter. Still not halftime though. In the second half, there is so much time. Let's see if Evert can do something with the time they have left in this first half and go into halftime happy.
Well, I would hope there's more time after halftime. That'd be a pretty short game if there wasn't.
Yep.
Both teams in their huddles. Evert coming out, getting ready to receive. Maloney just got done talking to his team. McElhaney with, as Kyle says, his neon kicks.
Ready to kick off.
Ready to kick, yeah.
McElhaney takes his step back. Maybe looking to boot it downfield, or maybe just a little short kick. It will be booted way downfield as
Evert touches it. Karsten Huntinga bringing
Kickoff
Brian Calderon
in
in
at the 15-yard line.
at the 15-yard line inside Evert's own red zone.
that was a good kick from McElhaney, and good job from the McBain kickoff team to get down the field and not let Evert get anywhere, as we'll see Everett's offense take the field, whip back at quarterback. We'll look to see maybe if he wants to go deep here, as they have had some shorter passes not exactly go their way. We'll see what they've got. He will move his running back out of the pocket, and he'll drop back to pass. He'll scramble left. He will not throw it. He'll break 2 tackles, but be pushed out of bounds.
Quarterback, number 12, Danny Whitbeck, the ball carrier.
That was good coverage by McBain, as Whitbeck did scramble left, but there was nowhere for him to go.
18-yard line.
Whitbeck running around trying to find somebody, but McBain's defense is just too good.
Evart lined up 2nd and 6. He will send a man in motion. He will hand it off to him. He is running right. He's got some room, breaks 1 tackle, but is brought down.
Caller on. Looks to be just short. Nope. They do move the sticks.
That is first down for Evart. Good job for Evart moving the ball down the field. They are getting close to midfield as Evart will have 2 running backs in the backfield, something we really haven't seen from them today. We'll see. Maybe Whitbeck asking for some protection. No, he'll send a man out. He will keep it himself, run it up the middle. He's out right, breaks 1 tackle.
Gets across the first down line and a little bit more. First down, Evart.
The quarterback, Danny Whitbeck, the ball carrier. First down for Evart.
This Evart offense is having some good plays here, as they've had some good bursts of speed, getting away from the defenders. And this Evart offense, the play style they have, it gives them multiple options to either throw it, run it, all in the same play. As he will throw it this time out left to his running back. He'll get across the line of scrimmage, and he'll get about 3 yards before being brought down by McBain.
42-yard line. Looks like a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. 2nd down and 7.
This Wildcat offense has me feeling good right now, as they make a sub on, I believe, 14. Hayden Simmer comes on as the left receiver. Whitbeck, 1 running back in the backfield. We'll see what they've got here on this play. 2nd and 7. He'll drop back to pass.
Throws over the middle. Pass intended for Donovan Bolowski.
3rd down and 7.
Pass dropped. 3rd and 7.
That was a good pass from Whitbeck. Wide receiver not quite able to hang on the ball, as Evart will have the ball 3rd and 7 on their own side of the field, looking to move the chains multiple times, as there's only 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this first half. Whitbeck takes the snap. He'll drop back to pass. He'll dump it down.
Oh! Pass almost intercepted by Dan Rodenbaugh. Got that defensive coverage. Wonder if it's lifetime or just temporary.
It is 4th down for Evart. They have brought their punter on. Evart must not feel confident that they can get it, so they will punt it. It appears they will punt it down the field. Caden McGillis and Daniel Rodenbaugh back to return for McBain.
Hayden Simmer for the punt.
Timeout, Evart.
Timeout, Evart. And 2:44 left in this first half. 40-6. Evart timeout, and we will take one as well.
both teams take the field after the Evart timeout. Evart still opting to punt it, it appears. Ken McGillis, Dan Rodenbaugh back deep. Flag on the play. Looks like someone jumped. Not quite sure which side it was.
Procedure gets the
False
Wildcats.
start, Evart. That'll push Evart back farther.
As the penalty will be marked off. 4th and long. The option to go for it is now completely gone, as Evart will prepare to punt.
Well, the option to go for it's never completely gone. You could be crazy.
As the kick is high, Rodenbaugh will call a fair catch.
Fair catch caught for by number 34, Daniel Rodenbaugh.
As the Rambler offense comes onto the field, so does the Evart defense.
Indeed it does. As McBain looking to put more points up on the board, and Evart looking to turn the tides here, as maybe they can look to force a turnover on this McBain offense. As McBain offense has a spread formation, Dottie will throw it to McGillis out wide. He will run backwards, still going.
That's completion number 22.
There is a
James McGillis.
flag on the play.
There is a flag on the field.
We'll see what the call is from the officials.
I can plug it in.
Penalty is against McBain.
Penalty marked off against McBain.
Still not sure what
First
it
down
is yet.
and 15. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line.
I can't imagine that it's not holding.
I'm not quite sure, but McBain will keep the spread formation, which is something we really don't see here. As we have a late substitute, Karsten Huttinga on out wide. Dottie in the backfield. He'll send Rodenbaugh in motion. Flag.
Flag on the field. Illegal procedure.
False start on McBain. Once again.
This has been a poor start for McBain on this drive, as back-to-back penalties has them pushed back. First in a country mile. We'll see if McBain can run a play without
First
a
down and
penalty.
20 for McBain on their own
Who
30-yard
knows?
First
line.
and 20. It's a long ways. They need a good start here, as Rodenbaugh will be in motion. Dottie will roll left, looking to pass. He will throw it deep.
Goes along. Dustin McLean. First down, Ramblers.
Pass complete.
Number 33, Dustin McLean with the
Number
reception.
33, Dustin McLean.
That is a name you will not hear often for McBain.
Ball's gonna be
Dustin
spotted at
McLean
the
does not
40-yard
get much
line,
play
and
time,
Evart
but when he is out there, he makes it count, as that is a
Ramblers.
huge reception. It was first and
stop number
20
12, Danny
on their
Westbeck.
own side of the field. They are on Everett's side of the field, first and 10. That's a big play from not only Dustin McLean, but Deacon Dottie, who is not known for his scramble ability, but he is able to move very quickly, as he'll swing it out wide to Ealing. He'll break one tackle, be brought down
Pass
across the
complete to
first down
number 7,
marker.
Austin Ealing.
Ealing getting to the 25-yard line.
Stop short of the
20
25. Looks like the ball's gonna be spotted on
26-yard line.
26-yard line. First down, Ramblers.
McBain going to a
On the stop, number
Pass-
63, Reese
pass
Ransom
play.
for Everett.
Offense.
Pass-oriented offense, which is
There's
something you
the
don't
word.
often see. Dottie will drop back to pass. It's a good pass to McLean. It'll be caught. Forward motion will have him
Number
about
33,
second
Dustin
and
McLean.
6.
A gain of 4 yards on the play. Second down and 6 now for
This is
McBain.
something that surprises
23,
not only
Brayton
me, but I'm
Cash.
sure this Everett
In on
defense.
the stop
McBain
for
does
Everett.
not run spread offense very often, but when they do, it's working, as McBain is driving down the field with just over a minute left to go in the first half. He'll hand it off.
To Matt Utek. That's another name that you don't hear often. UTEC with the ball as the ball carrier, just short of the first down marker.
Matt UTEC, who when in the backfield mainly used as a blocker, but on this play he is given the ball and he gets good yards as it is 3rd and 1 on Evert's side.
In the red zone.
Dottie will drop back to pass. It's deep.
Over the middle, trying to go to Ronenbaugh. Pass incomplete. It'll be 4th and 1.
It'll be 4th down and 1 for McBain.
Just out of the reach of Dan Rodenbaugh. Maybe rush the pass a little bit, but it'll be 4th and 1 with 38 seconds left to go in the first half. McBain offense will stay on the field. I do believe McElhenney can kick from this distance, but it looks like they don't want to try it. Dottie and this McBain offense will stay on the field.
Well, you don't want to waste.
He'll throw. It's to Karsten Huttinga, and he'll have the first down.
Plus, with only 1 yard to the first down, you don't want to waste a good play. Plus, you'd rather have McElhaney kick for extra point instead of a field goal.
On the stop, Pierce Johnson.
Believe it or not, 1 point is better than 3 at that type of kicking.
A little bit confusion of the ball placement, but they have it right as Dottie will throw it to the corner of the end zone. It's Huttinga with the reception.
Touchdown, McBain!
Pass complete to number 22, Caden McGillis.
Pass completed by 23, Karsten Huttinga.
Pass complete to number 23, Karsten Huttinga.
That is a good drive from McBain, going completely and only spread offense, throwing the ball, having Dottie show what he's got in that right arm. As it has worked, they have moved down the field, and McElhaney will kick the extra point. It is good.
It is no good. Out wide.
It is no good. That puts the score 46-6. McBain is winning. There's only 22 seconds left to go in the first half. You would have to believe McBain will kick off, and I don't know if there will be enough time for Evart to make a play, but if there's enough time, I'm positive they'll go for it.
There's a whole nother half. I'd hope they'd have enough time. "21 seconds in the second quarter. Both teams in their huddle. Maloney sending their team out.
Evart have broken their huddle. McElhaney lining up to kick for McBain.
McElhaney back deep for the Wildcats. Number 2, Pierce Johnson. Number 19, Brian Calderon. And number 23, Braden Cass.
McElhaney's kick is away. It is deep. Pierce will return it. He is going right. He is
Johnson brought down by number 62, Judah Leonard. That's a new name from the Rambler kicking team.
Looks like about the 23-yard line.
Evart will have the ball 1st and 10 at about the 24-yard line. We'll look to see what Evart has in store here with very little time left. 16 seconds to be precise.
In the second quarter.
Indeed, Tucker.
You're welcome. 1st and 10, Evart on their side of the field. Whitbeck.
He'll send a man in motion.
Takes the snap, drop back to pass. Brant Bonico jumping on the play.
There's a big play from McBain. The clock will run out. And that is halftime.
That's the end of the first half.
At the end of the first half, score 46 McBain, 6 Evart. Before we go take a quick break for halftime, Tucker, what are your thoughts on that first half for the McBain offense and defense?
It's McBain. What else is there to think? 46-6. It's a good start for the McBain offense. Great start for the McBain defense. Get a couple interceptions, couple fumble recoveries, a muffed kick return recover. Great start for the McBain Ramblers. Evart down by 40. Got a lot of work to go, but I'm sure that Coach will come back. Coach will give them a talk, and they'll come back with a little bit of fire in their butt.
We'll see what Evart and McBain have in the second half when we are back. That's us for the first half.
We will take a break. Be back in exactly 15. And welcome back for another half of Rambler football. I'm Tucker Vanderveld. Joining with me will be Kyle Culp later this evening. McBain 46, Evart 3, or Evart 6. McBain, good start for the season, good start for the game. Last week beating Lake City 30-0. A great start for the McBain season, as it's been a long time since McBain has beat Lake City in football. Great start for the season. We got another good half of football coming to you in just a little bit.
Okay, during the second half of the ball game, we'll be having a running clock. According to MHSA rules, when you get into the second half with a 35-point or more advantage, a running clock. The clock will stop only on, we remembered by the word tips, T-I-P-S. Timeouts, injuries, penalties, and scores. That's the only reason the clock will stop. Prepare to kick off forever, number 63, Reese Ransom.
Welcome back to Rambler Review, as we have both teams prepared for the kickoff. Evart will be kicking off to McBain to start the second half. Caden McGillis.
Kick low. Reception by number 1, Brock Maloney. Maloney gets brought down at around the 30-yard line.
Number 1, Brock Maloney, the ball carrier.
First and 10 Ramblers.
Brought that ball back to the
MHSAA rule
line.
in the second
First
half,
and
if
10 for McBain.
you have a 35-point or more lead, there will be a running clock, so the clock will run on occasion of the acronym TIPS: timeouts, injuries, penalties, and scores.
As we see the McBain offense, first and 10. Dottie will hand it off to Ealing. He is bursting right. He may have space here, and the one man back to stop him, and he doesn't get him. Touchdown, McBain.
Ealing
Touchdown,
putting the
Ramblers.
gas
Right
pedal
line,
to the
number 7,
floor,
Ealing.
letting those wheels spin as he drives right down the field into the end zone. Touchdown, Ramblers.
That was a quick score from this McBain offense, going back to what they did most of the first half with a T formation instead of the spread formation they ran at the end of the first half.
As you said before, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Still don't understand why that's a saying, but it is. As kicking team,
Not going on the field.
not kicking team, bring the offense back in the field for a 2-point conversion.
I'm not 100% sure what it. Okay, McBain will go for 2. They'll
Using some fresh legs.
There's Kelvin McGillis.
Extra point attempt is no good.
Extra point, no good. Kelvin McGillis will stop short of the end zone. We'll see special teams take the field for both teams.
Maloney put in some fresh legs on the field. As you saw in the T formation, you had younger brother Calvin McGillis, Landon Ealing, and Matt Utek forming the 3 running backs instead of your usual Ealing, Austin Ealing, Caden McGillis, and Dan Rodenbaugh.
As we see, McBain will kick off to Evart. We'll see what this Evart offense has in store for the second half.
Both teams taking the field. McBain kicking for the umpth time. Back to receive for Evart, number 19, Bryant Calderon.
Bryant Calderon. Along with number 2, Pierce Johnson, and number 23, Brayton Cass.
McElhenney prepared to kick off for McBain. Late substitution on for Evart. There's the whistle, and McElhenney will kick.
Low but deep. Hits the 20. Bounces inside the 10.
Evart will return it. He has stayed in bounds somehow, and he is able to get extra yards after contact.
Number 19, Brian Calderon, brought that kickoff back to about the 30-yard line. On the stop, number 17, Landon Ely.
We'll see Everett's offense for the first time the second half. We'll see if they've. We'll see what they come out with. If they can get some passes strung together and get the ball moving down the field. As Whitbeck will throw it out right to his running back. He will make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 19, Brian Calderon, the ball carrier. Stopped it by number 34, Daniel Rodenbaugh.
That is Calderon on the
No gain
reception,
on the play. Second
Rodenbaugh
down
on the
and 10.
tackle. 2nd and 10 for Evart. Whitbeck in the backfield, one running back alongside him. He will hand it off to
32, Cole Hopkins.
Danny Wetback for the 32.
That makes
Cole
it
Hopkins
3rd and
Advance the ball
7
to the
for
33-yard
Evart.
line. 3rd down and 6. On the stop, number 17, Landon Ealing.
Evart keeping with the same formation. Switching receivers in and out, keeping them fresh. Little miscommunication as Evart prepares for the snap. Whitback in the backfield. One running back. He'll send a man in motion. And he'll drop back to pass. He's got pressure to his right. He'll throw it deep. It is caught. He will be tackled down by number 7, Austin Ealing. But that is number
23, Braden Cass.
That is a huge play for this Evart offense. They were able to move it a good distance down the field. I don't know what happened there in the McBain secondary. There was no coverage across the middle, and Evart was able to capitalize as they are 1st and 10 on McBain's side of the field. Quarterback will throw it out right. He'll get past 1 and a 2nd, and he'll hit down just short of the 1st down marker. There's a flag late. I believe it is against McBain.
Personal foul against McBain is the preliminary signal from the official.
Personal foul against McBain. That'll march Evart farther down the field.
As the ball gets spotted inside
Ball spotted inside the
20,
15-yard line.
inside the 15.
1st and 10, Wildcats.
Whitback takes the snap, hands it off. Nope, keeps it himself, got room to run. Brought down by a tag team of Ramblers. Number 34, Dan Rodenbaugh.
Gain of 6 on the play, it'll be 2nd down and 4.
And number
on the stop, number 34. Thank you on
Evart.
the down box.
Evart 2nd and about 4. Inside McBain's 10-yard line. He'll send a man in motion. He'll keep it himself. He is going nowhere. Rodenbaugh, along with many others,
Number 12,
in the backfield.
Danny Wetback, the ball carrier. Stopped at the 12-yard line.
He went backwards.
It's
It
gonna
is
be 3rd
3rd
down
and 9 for Evart. Still within scoring range as they are just outside the McBain 10-yard line. Whitback in the backfield. One back with him. It'll be Hopkins alongside. Whitback will drop back to pass. He is pressured. He will check it down. I'm not quite sure whether it was caught or incomplete. I do not think it matters because I believe he would caught it at the line of scrimmage. It will be
4th and 9 on the 12-yard line.
4th down and 9.
A little bit of stallment as Evart gets their offense set up. Whitback back in the backfield by himself. Takes a snap, drops back to pass.
Whitback, he will scramble
Scrambles,
right. He is
gets hit and brought down by number 11, Matt Utek.
Danny Wetback with the ball.
That will be a
Stop short of the
turnover
10-yard line.
on downs for
Right,
Evart.
first down, the ball goes
McBain
over to
will
McBain,
take over 1st and
10
10 inside their own
11-yard
15-yard line.
Not a great start on field position, but we got the offense on the field, and we're starting to get our motors running.
Yes, with 5 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Once again, there is a running clock based on MHSA's rules and regulations, as we'll see McBain's offense on the field. Interesting back combo here, as we have Austin Ealing along with two others who are new to the backfield, as Dottie will hand it off to Ealing. He will get 2-3 yards on the play. It will be 2nd and 6 for McBain.
Yeah, you got a new backfield combo. Two Ealings and a UTEC. Matt UTEC along in the middle with Landon Ealing and Austin Ealing on each side to kind of give the usual backfield T formation a rest, as
we will see Ealing substitute off as Dustin McLean will check into the game for McBain. Dottie under center. He will hand it off to Ealing. He will not go anywhere.
Number 11, Matthew Utek,
he will lose a yard. Third and
down
about
and
7 for McBain in this third quarter.
Not the greatest start for a drive for McBain, but it is what it is. You take your marbles and you use what you have.
We'll see what McBain has on this 3rd and 7 inside their own 15-yard line. Dottie will keep it himself. There appeared to be some miscommunication there, as I do not believe Dottie planned on taking that himself.
Number 2, Dick and Dottie with the ball. It's going to be 4th down and 7.
4th and 7 for McBain.
Number 63, Reese Ransom.
I believe the punt team will come on for McBain. I believe Dan Rodenbaugh is the punter.
Dottie coming back onto the field,
which makes me wonder what they plan on doing here.
Well,
as Dan Rodenbaugh did punt last week, he is in the backfield for the first time this drive, and he will step back into punt formation.
The punt is high and dry. Bryant Calderon, muff punt, calls it back, but there is a flag marked down at the 49, 48 and a half yard line.
Back around the area of their reception, we'll see what the initial call is. It is against Evart.
So it will be marked back into their own. They'll be inside their own half, as the penalty is marked off from where the flag is thrown. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line.
Of Evart, they'll take over the ball there. 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Evart. Just inside their own territory. Whip back with Calderon at running back behind him.
Evart on the last drive was able to move it, not able to get points though, and flag. I believe a McBain player's lined up offside.
The
Number 35,
encroachment of the neutral zone against
Alex
McBain.
Sycamore,
5 yards marked off. It'll be 1st down and 5.
looked to be across the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be 1st and 5 for Evart. Whip back in the backfield, one running back alongside him, and he'll motion him out wide. A false start
another flag
against
on the
Evart,
field.
it was a receiver who went early. So that will take away McBain's penalty. It'll be 1st and 10 for Evart. The 2 penalties canceling out as if they didn't happen. Whitback
Penalty marked off
in the
against
backfield,
Wildcats.
1
First
running
and
back.
10.
Back with him. We'll see what this Evart does. Basically on the first play of the drive, he will hand it off.
Calderon coming to the near side,
He will
finds
get
the
past
hole,
one.
keeps going,
He is
still
going
on his
down.
feet.
2 guys back, and they will get him.
Number 19, Brian Calderon. The
That
ball
is a
carrier.
big play from McBain's
Stopped inside
secondary.
the
They're able to
20-yard line.
stop the
First
touchdown.
down, Wildcats.
You'd almost think Calderon was a cheetah instead of a wildcat with that kind of speed.
You would indeed.
Ricardo
As
Vergara.
Evart inside McBain's territory with a big play there. Hopkins in the backfield alongside Whitbeck. Whitbeck will keep it himself. He goes right. He will not get to the
Number
first
9.
down marker.
Number 12.
There's 2
quarterback.
flags after the play.
There are flags on the field.
Personal foul against McBain.
23, Karsten Huttinga with the personal foul. Somewhat late in the game, you start to get a little bit chippy with some of your interactions on the field.
And something you don't want to see is tempers flare here late in the game. It is a game. You still want to keep your sportsmanship, and we hope both sides here
It's first and goal for the Wildcats.
keep it clean, keep it nice, as this is just a football game. As Whitbeck will prepare for the snap,
It is a gentleman's game.
as McBain will get him in the backfield.
Cole Hopkins, the ball
It'll be
carrier.
2nd and goal from about the 8-yard line.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And that's the end of the third quarter. 12 minutes to go in Rambler football. The score 52-6. We'll be back right after this short
I'd
break.
like to introduce to you the McBain cheerleaders. Introducing Trinity Berlin, London Brayland, Mallory Bunting, Morgan Isinger, Sydney Flynn, Lauren Gilby, Kristen Lovelace, Tanner Stroud, and Brianna Wilhelm. And their coach, Brianne Sikkema. Down and goal from the 8-yard line for the Evart Wildcats.
2nd and goal for Evart inside McBain's 10-yard line. We'll see if they can put some points up at the start of this fourth quarter. He will hand it off. He is going right, and he will get in.
Touchdown Wildcats, run in by number 19, Brian Calderon.
Touchdown Evart. We'll look to see if they will kick the extra point or go for 2 here at the start of the fourth quarter. That was the very first play of the fourth quarter, and a good start from Evart. to get their offense moving. Evart having a quick team huddle, and they will go to the line. It appears they will kick it. The kick is away, and it is good.
Extra point is good. Kicked through by
That
number
makes the
63,
score
Reese
52
Ransom.
McBain,
Out of the hole,
13
number
Evart.
12,
As you'll
Randy
see,
Whitbeck. So the
kickoff
limit is 54
teams for
seconds left
both
in the ball game.
sides take the
McBain
field
Rattlers 52
with
and the Everett Wildcats
11:54 left
13.
to go in the fourth quarter.
Both teams in their huddles. McBain just coming out of theirs.
Everett's team will line up to kick. McBain ready to receive it with Dan Rodenbaugh and Austin Ealing back
Prepared
deep.
to kick off for the Wildcats, number 63, Reese Ransom.
Reese
Back deep is number
Ranson
34,
kicking
Daniel
off
Rosenball,
for
number
Evart.
7, Austin Ely.
Dan Rodenbaugh and Austin Ealing back to kick, or back to receive for McBain.
It'll be a good kick, but
Kick out of bounds.
obviously that
Kickoff
will
is out of bounds.
call the penalty, which is kicking out of bounds, which will give McBain the ball 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball be brought out, spotted at 35-yard line.
And the clock's starting to run. Clock's running. Somebody better catch it.
Good pun there.
Thank
As
you.
we'll see, Eli Baker check into the game for McBain. More fresh legs as Maloney making sure everyone is fresh and ready for this drive as Braylon Pace checks in at quarterback. He'll give it off to Eli Baker, who is tackled
Number
down at the line of
25.
scrimmage.
Still in the T formation run game for McBain.
No gain on the play, second down and 10.
2nd and 10 for McBain with just under 11 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. Pace
Number
will
25 is the ball
go
carrier,
back
Elijah Baker
to
on
the
that last
huddle
play.
as McBain will line up 2nd down.
Pace under center, 3 running backs behind. Delay a game.
Flag on the field. Looks like delay of game against McBain.
That will march McBain back 5 yards. 2nd and 15.
Second down and 15.
Pace will get his team to the line for this long 2nd down. Keeping with the T formation, he will hand it off to, I'm not 100% sure on who was ball carrier that play.
Number 11.
Hand off to Matt Utek.
Loose ball on the play, recovered by the Wildcats.
There was a fumble on the play. Evart recovered. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 on McBain's
Ball
30-yard
spotted
line.
near the 30-yard line, just outside the 30-yard line of McBain. 1st and 10, Evart.
Ball spot on the 31-yard line. 1st down, Evart.
Whitbeck in the backfield. He'll send a man in motion. He'll drop back to pass. He's going deep. It is incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Pass intended for number 32, Cole Hopkins.
Number 32, Hopkins, the intended target there for Evart. It'll be 2nd and 10, still on the McBain 30-yard line with just under 9 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Whitbeck in the backfield. Center man in motion. He will hand it off
To Calderon.
He's got space. He'll go past 2, get past another, and he'll be
19,
past
Brian
the
Calderon,
1st
the ball
down
carrier.
marker. The chains will move 1st and 10 for
First
Evart.
Wildcats. On that stop for McBain, number 35, Alex Sikaba.
Calderon getting through to McBain. 2 McBain tackles before getting brought down.
First and 10 for
Let's see, a
Wildcats.
substitution
Ball
for
spotted on the
Evart.
19-yard line of McBain.
8:12 left to go in this 4th quarter. Clock is running. Whitbeck in the backfield. One running back alongside him. He'll send a man in motion. He'll drop back to pass. His pass is incomplete.
Off at least 3 sets of hands. 2 of them McBain sets. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 on the 18-yard line.
A pass intended for number 14, Hayden Simmer, incomplete. 2nd down and 10 on the 19 of McBain.
2nd and 10 for Evart. 19-yard line of McBain. 7:10 left to go in the 4th quarter. They will hand it off. He is rolling left, going back right. Be brought down
Number 23,
across the line of
Brayden
scrimmage.
Katz, the ball carrier.
2 yards on the run. 3rd and
By
8.
Number 7, Austin Ely. 3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats.
3rd and 9 on the 17. 6.5 left in the game.
Whitbeck will drop back to pass. He'll scramble right. He's got space. He'll keep it himself.
The quarterback, number 12, Danny Whitbeck, the ball carrier.
He will get
It's going to be 4th down and 6.
3 yards on the play.
Gets brought down by a tag team of
On the stop, number 4, Ricardo Vergara.
Ricardo Vergara and
35,
Alex Sikama.
Alex Sikama.
It is 4th and about 5 for Evart. It appears they will kick as the tee has just been brought on the field. Ball is snapped. The kick is good.
Up
Field
and
goal is
good.
Kicked through by number 63, Reese Ransom. Off the 20-yard line, that makes a 30-yard field goal.
Field goal is good, making the score McBain 52, Evart 16. 5 minutes 27 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. We'll see McBain on offense after the kickoff. See what they will do with with half of the quarter remaining. Both teams break their huddle and prepare for the kickoff. It will be Ealing and Rodenbaugh back deep for McBain.
Number 63, Reese Ransom preparing to kick off for the Wildcats.
Number 63 prepared to kick for Evart.
Daniel Rodenbaugh along with number 7, Austin Ely for McBain.
The kick is away. It is short. It will go out of bounds.
Ball is marked at the 37-yard line. First and 10 for McBain.
McBain will have the ball first and 10 at their own 37-yard line. It will be Pace in at quarterback. UTEC alongside him. They'll hand it off to Baker, who's got speed. He will break one tackle. He'll break his second. He'll have the first down. That's a big run from Eli Baker.
25, Elijah Baker, the ball carrier. Advance the ball to midfield. That's the first down for McBain.
It will be first and 10 for McBain at about the 50-yard line.
Ball looks to be marked right at midfield.
It'll appear Pace will be quarterback for the rest of this game as he will line up in shotgun formation. Matt Utak alongside him. He'll send a man in motion. He'll hand it off to him. He'll stiff arm one guy, but be pushed out of bounds by the other.
Number 17, Landon Ely, the ball carrier.
He'll get 2 yards. Second and 8 for McBain.
Landon Ealing getting 2 yards on the play.
Second down and 9.
There's 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. McBain will line up in shotgun formation. Pace UTEC in the backfield. Baker in motion. He'll give it to him. Baker's on the outside. He's got room. He's breaking one tackle. He will skip past another. He is still on his feet, but he'll be knocked out of bounds. That is a big run from this McBain offense and Eli Baker, as it'll be first and 10 inside the 20-yard line. First and 10, McBain.
Number 4, Antonio Laurie.
McBain offense breaking the huddle, lining up on this first and 10 inside Everett's 30-yard line. 2 minutes 40 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Pace in UTEC in the backfield.
Flag on the field. Illegal procedure against McBain.
False start on McBain. Pace running over to Maloney, getting a play call. Now headed back to the huddle.
Pace at quarterback with UTEC.
Pace in the backfield.
He'll
Goes
give
to
it to
UTEC.
UTEC. He will go nowhere. It will be a loss of yards as Evart got in the backfield quickly. It will be second and about 20.
At the 33-yard line.
Second and a literal mile. As clock still runs down to minute 35.
Second down and 20 for McBain.
McBain will break the huddle. Second and a long ways. Minute 20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Pace will drop back to pass. He'll throw it deep. It is to Baker. That is caught. First down, McBain. A beautifully run route by Baker and a good pass by Pace. Put it right in his hands. Good pass and reception from this McBain team.
Showing good offense from McBain.
As Baker in this fourth quarter has been proven big for McBain as he's had some long runs and some good receptions. Keeping the McBain offense moving with just under 40 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Pace will be under center for this play.
Waiting for...
He will take the knee. That is ball game, folks.
And clock winds down from 15 seconds down to the end. Final score for McBain. McBain Evart 52-16. McBain getting the win, going to 2-0.
As McBain in the first half were able to control both sides of the ball, as we saw in the Lake City game week 1. McBain, tremendous running game and passing game. The defense was spectacular. We'll look to see in week 3 if McBain can continue this hot run of form, as they will be away from home.
Yep. Next week they headed... Was it Pine River? They head to Pine River next?
I'm not 100% sure on the schedule, but that is a big win from McBain.
Moving to 2-0. Kyle, what do you guys say about tonight's game in a whole?
Good showing from McBain. Not quite what we wanted or expected to see from Evart, but we'll see. We hope next week if Evart able to pick it up. Hope they play good. And we hope McBain has a good week 3, and I think that's us.
Yeah, that does it for the Rambler Review. I'm Tucker Vanderveld.
I'm Kyle Culp.
We'll see you next time.